Hi everyone, what's up? It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a really long time. I don't know what I'm laughing about. I've not found anything funny since February 29th. I've really missed this channel, is what I want to start the video off by saying. I've neglected it, and it was something I really, really liked. But I think in a few ways it lost its way. I don't think I was sure exactly what I was doing with it. I wasn't really sure where I wanted to take it. It sort of trailed off. I focused on other things, and I sort of left it by the wayside. And I think part of that is due to the fact that I had certain things set up in mind for where I wanted to go, and it didn't pan out, and it just didn't feel like I wanted to go down that path anymore. But then I felt like I couldn't take any other path, and I was annoyed at myself for not seeing it through, and it's a whole thing. The point is, I want to update you on where I'm at, where I've been, what I'm doing, the plans for this channel, and I'm going to do all that without any notes. I have no notes. I can't remember the last time I sat down in front of a camera without any sort of notes at all or any thoughts, and tried to do a video. It's probably been at least 10 years. See how this goes. I think like the big reason I sort of neglected this channel was really because I started focusing on things on the main channel. If you didn't know and you're only subscribed to this one, this isn't my main channel. This is just a fun thing I did sort of on the side. I really like it and I really want to keep going with it, but it's not my main channel. That's linked in the description. It's where I write videos, I write big scripts, and I create these big retrospective video essays, analysis, critiques, whatever it might be, among other things too. And that's my main thing. That's what I do. And I think I got swept up in a lot of that because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. And so I got swept up in that, and I didn't have much time for doing this. But the thing is, I'd always been doing the main channel, and I was able to do this channel too. So it's not really that. That's more of an excuse. The real reason is just because I didn't really know what to do with it anymore. You see, I started this channel as like a sort of a place to just dump things, to just be like, oh, I want to give my opinion on this thing, or oh, here's my take on this piece of news, or oh, here's just like a thing I felt like talking about, or oh, here's some condensed stream highlights or whatever. But then I started gaining traction from Final Fantasy, and I'd imagine that's where most of you watching this video, if you are still here, came from. Because look, I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, I loved it. Sorry, that was just a really hard pill to swallow. And then I decided, I'm not just going to play the original 7. I'm going to play the whole Final Fantasy franchise through from the beginning. Because I thought it'd be fun. It'd be a fun project. And hey, it was. Not only did I just stream them, I turned them into videos and I posted them here. For the first few, no one really cared. They did not get that many views. Nobody was really that interested. But I knew it was like a long game. I knew that eventually people would go back to those when we got to the big ones that people cared about. You know, your Final Fantasy 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 15, you know, whatever. 16 was coming out too, so I haven't posted those. But when we got to Final Fantasy 7, that's when things kicked off. I posted those videos. They did exceedingly well for this channel, and people went back and watched the old ones. They were excited for the new ones. But what happened was, I didn't like what I was playing moving forward, and it felt difficult to push on with that. I'm not someone that shies away from being critical, as you know, but it's way harder to be critical in a, like, reaction highlight video than it is a well-thought-out essay or even just an opinion piece, like a quick commentary, or even just on stream too. It's easy to do it there, but in a reaction video, it's not as easy. And look, I did it with Crisis Core, I did it with Final Fantasy VIII. They were fun. Like, I enjoyed editing those videos together because, you know, I think those games are quite funny. Like, in a critical sense, I don't like Crisis Core, and I don't like Final Fantasy VIII, but it was fun to play them and edit those videos because everyone in chat was having a laugh, and it was just a good time. But then you post it to YouTube, and you realize that those people weren't in on the joke. Those people weren't in on the fun and the banter as the streams were going. They just wanted to see someone react to a game they love. And then they get annoyed when they realize that that's not what the video is. And yeah, like, obviously I'm not gonna pander to that. I'm just gonna make the things I wanna make. I'm gonna be honest and give my actual, authentic, real reaction. But it got to a point with it where, after the Final Fantasy VII compilation and after Final Fantasy VIII, it felt a bit, it was like, okay, I'm over this now. I'm ready to do something else. Final Fantasy IX, obviously I fell in love with, but then we had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the horizon. And I think what really killed this channel for me was a combination of things. It was the fact that my thoughts on the remake project for Final Fantasy VII had greatly shifted from when I first played it. It's no secret, I'm not a fan. I like a lot of aspects of Final Fantasy XVI, and posting those videos was fun, but there's not much of a viewer base for it. You see it with even the bigger reaction channels out there. Their videos aren't yielding that many views for Final Fantasy 16 either. For some reason, the viewer base just isn't there, and that sort of puts a dampener on trying to edit those videos, when it takes a hell of a long time to do. And then on top of all of that, I started Final Fantasy X, and something just didn't click for me. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have fun with it. My VODs are still up on the VODs channel, but I just didn't vibe with it, and so I decided, instead of pushing through, finishing the game, and then editing another, you know, funny but negative reaction video that people will get annoyed at, I thought, you know what, it's not worth it, I'm just gonna leave it. But then I left myself in limbo, not knowing what to do with the channel anymore. And so I think the biggest thing that killed my motivation for posting here was the fact that I'd just set myself on the path to play every Final Fantasy, and when I reached Final Fantasy X, quit the game, I didn't know what to do, and I think, realistically, I needed a reset, and that's exactly what I did. A 6-month, 7-month break, where I focused on other things. And now I think I'm ready to start posting here again and doing stuff. But in the way that I originally intended to. It wasn't supposed to just be a Final Fantasy reaction channel. It became that just because those videos did well. It was supposed to be my side channel, where I could post highlights and condensed videos and commentaries and whatever I felt like. And that's what I would like to get back to doing again. That doesn't mean I won't post Final Fantasy. I'm sure I will. I want to finish my Persona videos. I want to finish my Final Fantasy 16 videos. I'd like to replay Final Fantasy 15. I'd like to jump into Final Fantasy 13, for example. Just because I didn't vibe with 10 and I didn't feel like finishing it, doesn't mean I can't play the other ones, you know? But I don't have to do it in this all-encompassing linear order that I felt like I had to, because that's what I set out to do originally. And so I guess this is just me sort of touching base, to be like, look, this is what happened. This is where my sort of headspace was at. But here's what we're gonna do. I want to move forward, and I want to post things again. I want to do stuff. I want to condense some streams. I want to post some more casual commentaries, some thoughts on things, maybe some reflections. Like, it would have actually been really cool to do like a little 1 year later sort of look back at Final Fantasy 16. Now it's been a year. How do I sort of feel? I know I did the sort of whole commentary on the main channel, but it would have been nice to do something here too. And I think I need to answer a commonly asked question, which is about Rebirth, because people keep asking me. I did play it. I streamed it. I streamed the whole thing. I just didn't post the VODs. And the reason for that, I did play it. I streamed the whole thing. I just never posted the VODs anywhere. They're gone into the ether. They're unlisted in a playlist. The main reason for that is because I posted the VOD of my playthrough of the demo, and the reaction that I got to that was just so negative that I was like, it's not worth it. I played it because, I mean, sometimes it's fun to play something you think might not be good. I don't know, it's a laugh. I don't really think about it that much. It was just, you know, fun to sit down on stream with anyone who sort of just did want to be there for it and have a laugh with me, to, you know, sit and go through the game and look at it from sort of like a critical perspective and, like, you know, a very specific lens too, like, you know, the lens of how well it represents the original, in, you know, from my specific perspective. That was fun and interesting and enjoyable, and I liked doing that. But I don't know, I just couldn't be bothered to, you know, get an onslaught of comments just being really angry that I don't like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so I just decided not to bother posting them. And I think, like, you know, when you watch a stream and you disagree with someone, it's so much easier to have that one-on-one conversation, maybe come to an understanding, like, actually talk about it. But when I'm met with, like, 100 comments of people being really mad, it's not really possible to have that conversation and to do anything, like, you know, that will reach any sort of conclusion. All it does is, like, it's just tons of people berating me for, like, thinking a thing, and it's just a bit exhausting. So to me it just made sense that, look, I want to play it because I want to see where it goes. I really care about Final Fantasy VII. I would like to see what this huge AAA remake does, obviously, of course I do. But that was it, you know, as far as it went. Maybe one day I'll public those VODs. Maybe, but nah, I don't know. I'm trying so hard to be diplomatic here because, like, I really don't want to upset anyone. I feel like just the notion that I don't like Rebirth is offensive. I don't know, like, I'm not even trying to be, like, provocative. I'm just letting you know what I thought. I'm not even trying to, like, tell you why. I'm not trying to like really push that. I'm just, that's just how I felt. I think we'll all survive together, you know? I think it'll be okay. People are probably more mad that I didn't like Final Fantasy X, to be fair. I mean, I'm not like mad, like, the reason I dislike Rebirth and the reason I dislike Final Fantasy X are vastly different reasons. I don't think the criticisms are not the same. There's such different criticisms. And Final Fantasy X is even more of like yeah, this just didn't hit me. It just didn't grip me. It didn't like, I just don't care. It's not even a dislike. It's a lack of care. It's a lack of investment. The game just did not grip me for some reason. Whereas Rebirth is like, yeah, no, I do. No, I hate it. Sorry, hate's too strong of a word. I think. I didn't like it. And look, now I've said that, I hope that we can move past it together. I am planning on eventually doing something constructive with regards to Final Fantasy VII. Once the third part is out, my plan is to make a big written scripted video on the main channel to really sort of get at my actual criticisms and issues like as you know, well articulated as I can, so it actually feels like constructive, because I think a lot of people can get quite annoyed at like off the cuff stream comments where like something annoys me or something irks me and I'm like, oh, that was so dumb, I don't like that. And I think, like, I don't know, maybe it's difficult to when you're watching a VOD back, but I guess it's like, you know, an in the moment like flippant thought is not a fully realized opinion. It's just a reaction. And then like, you know, days later you form like an actual opinion about that and then can articulate your issues with it. And I guess it can be frustrating watching that on a stream that you can't interact with and being like, oh my god, that's so annoying. Not being able to see that thought process develop over time, but yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what I'm fucking talking about. Look, so basically what I'm saying is I have a big project I'm working on the main channel. I am almost done editing it. It will be done soon, I hope. And then I'm going to get back to streaming and I'm going to get back to posting here because I miss it and I need it in my veins. I'm also posting on TikTok now. Or at least I'm trying to a little bit more. I have 2 TikTok accounts. One for stream clips, and one for just posting whatever the fuck I feel like posting. So feel free to follow those too. I'll link them in the description. So there you go. So that's the plan. More variety on this channel, basically. Is that it's not just going to be a Final Fantasy reaction channel. It's going to be a whole slew of things that I just feel like posting whenever I feel like posting it. So that I can bring this channel back to life, give it a bit of variety, and finish off some of the stuff that I was supposed to finish off, like Persona 5 and Final Fantasy 16. Hopefully I'll edit my Persona 3 playthrough together, because my god, Persona 3, what a fucking game that was. Amazing. And look, I'm not saying that I'm going to start posting tomorrow, or probably in a couple of weeks, but I'll start posting, alright? I'll start posting. I don't know how many people are going to click on this video. I don't know how many people are still around. It has been a long time. But thank you for sticking with me and whatnot. And hopefully you're all well and stuff, and you have a good rest of your week. Feeling pretty good about this. I'm feeling pretty positive. I don't know where the positivities come from. I just feel there's something in me. I just like, I'm ready to, I don't know, do stuff. I think it was a combination of prepping stuff for the As Always Entertainment 4 Pillars 10-year anniversary, which we're posting on the 4 Pillars network, which you can go and, you know, head over to. There's a few stuff coming out this week. And working with the guys again was just so fun. I've missed it. It's just been so good to get back together and sort of do stuff as a group. I guess I've been feeling isolated and didn't really realize it, which was nice. But also streaming Gamescom was really cool too. It felt good to just hop on, chat with everybody. It was like, man, I really have missed that. I think I've isolated myself a little bit. And it'd be nice to open up again, you know, knock down some of those walls and just reach out to the wide world. Almost like leaving Midgar and entering a big, wide, vast green area of grass. Or like opening the sewer passage tunnel underneath Calm into the grasslands biome, within which there are 70 to 100 different menial tasks to be completed, which is like awesome.
You're wrong. Those aren't the wings of a monster.
Well then, what are they?
Angel's wings.
I see. Then what should an angel fight for, Zack? What do angels dream of?